Yes, sir, you can start, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon, participants.
सर आपका आवाज नहीं आ रहा है सर,
आवाज
आप शेयर किए सर एक बार स्क्रीन?
हाँ किया था सर। और
आपकी आवाज
Sir, 1 minute, sir, 1 minute.
हेलो
हाय
हाँ सर
Pranesh,
अभी
is it
सुनाई दे
audible,
रहा
sir?
है ऑडिबल
Okay, sir. Okay. Good afternoon, participants. On behalf of Ministry Youth Affairs and Sports, Hello India, LNCP, and behalf of our respected Dr. G. Kishore sir, I welcome you all for this third session. In this panel, our Dr. G. Kishore sir, Sujit Panigrahi sir are the panelists here, and Dr. G. Kishore sir is a keen observer in this, and he is present in every session. So on behalf of this session, I welcome you, sir, for this session. And I welcome Sujit sir, a program coordinator. Participants, we have a special guest and a special speaker, respected MS Chauhan sir. About him, he is a program director in Kendriya Vidya Sangathan. He is a program head for Swasth Bachche Swasth Bharat program of Kendriya Vidyalaya Sangathan. As a part of SBSB, more than 30 lakh children from 1,250 KVS are given fitness assessment report cards since 3 years. Over 50 lakhs fitness assessment have been done, and in his leadership, he is again heading towards creating a national fitness benchmark. So on behalf of Ministry Youth Affairs and Sports, Hello India, LNCP, and behalf of our respected principal, I welcome you for this present session, sir. And participants, pay attention. Today, sir is going to give his expert opinion on this present topic. Respected sir, over to Chauhan sir.
Jai Hind to everybody.
Jai Hind, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Dr. Sanjeev, for introducing me. Dr. G. Kishore sir, Mr. Sujit Panigrahi ji, I thank you from the core of my heart for giving me this opportunity to interact with the participants. The topic for the session is effective communication in physical education and sports. I would rather put it this way. What is the importance of physical education and sports in education? Could I have those
Slides? Yes, sir.
PPTs, please?
संजीव सर ऑलरेडी खुला हुआ है।
एक
Right.
So okay.
Yes, sir. Can.
Now see, education, if we see from the times, from the ancient times, we have seen that the education system has always first stressed upon the fitness of the child. It is only of late, after the British period, that there has been a lot of stress on examination-oriented education system. But with the problem which we had come, which the country is facing, in fact, the entire world is facing of the COVID-19, again, we are going back to the same thing, that we have to be physically fit also. Any education system which is devoid of fitness program is, I think, not going to be complete in itself. And therefore, we feel that our education system should also be built around the physical fitness and sports programs. In fact, in the Chintan Shivir, which was conducted by MHRD, in which all the stakeholders were there, we had recommended to the ministry that the education system, especially at the school level, should be based on the physical education and sports. That should be the core of the school education system. The next thing which I would like to bring about is, what is the importance of physical education teachers in the education system? I have been a teacher in Kendriya Vidyalaya for more than 17 years, about 18 years as a teacher, and then about 20 years as educational administrator, holding different posts of education officer, assistant commissioner, and deputy commissioner. I have been interacting with the teachers, and the role of the teachers is well defined as far as the school education system is concerned, and the teacher is taken on a very high, he's given a very high regard. But the role of the physical education teacher is normally limited to being disciplined in charge, or the one who is conducting games, sports, and etc. When we inducted this Swasth Bachche Swasth Bharat program, my stress was that the physical education teacher is the most important segment of the teaching faculty in school system. And therefore, this program, when it was started, we felt that physical education teacher should get his right position and right recognition. This is what is my actually viewpoint of a physical education teacher, that he should be given all the recognition, and we also recommend that there should be career options open for the physical education teacher, so that he is promoted to a postgraduate teacher, he becomes a principal, and even as an educational administrator. Probably then also we will be having a good line of action for promotion of our education system. Now, coming to the topic, we have that communication skills which are required for PE and sports. Why is it required? Because this is an area where probably the teacher and the taught have to communicate more than any other subject teacher. The teacher has to be well versed with the communication skills. He needs to understand his pupil very well, and to the extent that both verbal as well as non-verbal communication strategies must be well versed with the teacher concerned. We come to the slides, and I'll take you one by one. Can we have the slides, please? Next. Please see this. What is expected? What are the great expectations? This video will
Try not to embarrass me, Dad. Eh? Just don't mess this up like you normally do. I knew it! What a loser!
Sorry, son.
Loser.
I did my best.
Hello, unmute, sir. Jawan, sir.
Yes. Can we come to the slide? Hello.
Sir.
Yes. Now let us come to this. communication for holistic development of the child. In the oldest education system which we had in India, we had Panchmukhi Siksha. And in this Panchmukhi Siksha, as I told you, even in the ancient times, we had physical education as the main core thing. The first step was physical education. That is that a person should be fit through yoga, through various exercises, through sports, through games, through different activities, traditional games and other things. Then we had the second lot was practical, being very practical, Vyavaharikta hona, like learning everything what a man requires to live. So he should know home science, he should know how to do gardening, he should know how to have, those basic things which are required for the living of a person. And then we come to the aesthetic, in which, of course, you have music, you have dance, you have art, you have all aesthetic subjects which are required for the personality development of a person. Then you have moral values, which are again important, and only then it came to the intellectual this thing. So academic excellence is only an aspect of the holistic human development. And therefore, as we have been saying, that physical education and sports are the core of any education system, and that is what I think should be our goal, and that is why you are very important. Next. Need for good teacher and student communication. The communication between a teacher and a student is of utmost importance. If there is no communication, then probably what the teacher wants to communicate to the child will not be delivered in the way it should be. And what the child should get, the information or the message which the teacher is trying to deliver, he should also be able to listen to that. And then, of course, he can give a feedback to the teacher that whether he has understood or not. Now, why it is required? What is the need for that? The teacher, when he is doing any kind of a communication, the idea is to bring about a change in his behavior, to get some action done, what he is expected the child to do. So if he wants some action from the side of the child, then the communication of the teacher has to be there. To ensure an understanding, whatever is being communicated, जो आप communicate करना चाहते हैं बच्चे को, उसमें एक clear understanding होनी चाहिए. I have seen in school lives also, one blow of whistle would put the entire school system, in a position that everybody is disciplined. There should be persuasion. Communication should be able to persuade the child to do the action what is expected of him. Sometimes what happens is the importance of a thing is only known when that thing is missing. Say, for example, we don't realize the importance of our teeth until we lose our teeth. So what is the result of a bad communication? So there could be various reasons. The reasons could be there is lack of information. What is the information required to begin? That information is not there itself. Ineffective communication. What I want to communicate is not being communicated in the way it should be done so that it is effectively communicated to the child or the student. There could be frustration. The frustration could be from both the sides. The coach is frustrated because of some problem, maybe the domestic problem, maybe some administrative problem, maybe some personal problems. And because of the frustration, when you are in anger or you are not in your emotional right set of mind, you may not be able to communicate what exactly you want to do. So it is the frustration level even on the side of the coach, and then again on the side of the student, the player. the player may be frustrated because of his non-performance, because of his family problems, because of his teammates having some kind of a problem with them. So if there is a frustration, if they are not in the balance of their mind, then definitely it is going to result into a communication breakdown. There could be provocation. The provocation could be from either side. It could be from the side of the teacher, the coach. It could be from the side of the students. And once you are again provoked, again you cannot think properly. And when you are not able to think properly, you may not be able to communicate properly. Non-attentiveness. You may be communicating in your best possible way, but the student, the person who is to receive the communication, is not able to receive that because he is not attentive. So if he is not attentive, definitely then what message is to be sent, what instructions are to be given to him, he may not be able to understand them, or he may not be able to actually comprehend them and then follow the instructions accordingly. There could be a lack of feedback also, which could result in communication breakdown. Lack of feedback is, again, communication is always a two-way process. The one who wants to communicate and the one who has to listen, you have to communicate back that what you have, the message you have got, the feedback you receiver in a proper way, and this is what I wanted to say. So if there is some kind of shortcoming as far as the feedback is concerned, then also there could be a breakdown in communications. The sense of insecurity. This is something where probably when you are insecure, the coach or the teacher, if he is under some kind of per the requirement. And similarly, there could be insecurity again from the side of the student. He may not be feeling himself to be too, he may not be able to comprehend what the coach is saying, telling him to do. There will be a communication breakdown. And then, of course, the inferences. Sometimes you draw certain inferences which are not there.
Hello.
Are some of the reasons because of which there could be a breakdown in communication. Then how do we, draw strategies for resolving these? First is, of course, the identification of the problem. Cause. So all these reasons which are there, we need to identify the reasons that why they are. Second is avoidance. Sometimes.
चौहान सर,
Yes.
कभी-कभी ना आपका वॉइस ब्रेक हो जाता है, तो आप ये कर सकते हैं, आप अपना वीडियो को ऑफ कर लीजिए.
Video. अच्छा, एक मिनट.
आप अपना वीडियो को ऑफ कर लीजिए. You will get lot of bandwidth then. Yes sir.
Okay. It's okay.
Yes sir.
So avoidance. Avoidance is something that we can avoid certain situations or the consequences of certain situations by just avoiding those particular situations. Say, for example, the coach is frustrated and the student is listening. So he knows that he is angry with me, but he could avoid by reacting. To see the reasons that what is the cause of that problem and how the solutions can be brought about. Use of appropriate communication skills can be done. And then, of course, the fifth is very important, listening and resolving. Sometimes, even by giving, a good hearing to the person, communication breakdowns. Next.
Sanjeev sir, next.
Next slide. We could come to the next slide, please. Now, let's go for these communication strategies. What and how you say. A lot depends upon how you communicate. Your modulation, your voice, the way you say will have a lot of impact on the person who is to listen or who is to receive your communication.
Hello.
You speak in a tone which is showing displeasure. Definitely the person who is receiving it will understand for one gender.
John sir.
And then, hello.
सर ये ना बार बार ना वो ऑडियो डिस्टरबेंस आ रहा है, वॉइस ब्रेक हो रहा है, तो 10-15 सेकंड के लिए इसको पॉज कर लेते हैं, हम इसको रिजॉल्व कर लेते हैं. Participants, just wait for 10-15-20 seconds, so we will just fix this one. Okay, just wait for some time. The voice is breaking. Yeah, sorry for that. We'll just hang on for 10 minutes, 30 seconds. सर मैं आपको कॉल कर रहा हूँ फोन से.
हेलो.
Hello.
संजीव सर.
Yes sir, please.
वो अभी अपने मोबाइल नेटवर्क से आ रहे हैं, ठीक है? Just wait for 5 seconds, 10 seconds.
Participants, please excuse us. Within few minutes, we will be back here. Chavan sir, are you out there?
Sanjeev sir है sort of.
Okay, sir. Okay. Shall I start?
वही वो लिख रहा है, the host has another.
Sanjeev sir, it will just take a minute. He is not able to get in. He'll do that. Pranesh is helping him out.
Okay, sir.
All participants, please hold on for some time, maybe one couple of more minutes. Participants will take 2 more minutes. So please hang on. Sorry about that.
Hello.
Okay. Okay, sir. Yeah.
Shall we, sir?
Yes, sir, Sanjeev sir. Chauhan sir.
Hello.
हाँ चौहान सर.
हाँ. Yeah. Now I.
सर आप दूसरे को म्यूट कर लीजिए. दूसरा वाला जो है ना, आप उसको वॉल्यूम को 0 कर दीजिए. दूसरे से जो आवाज आ रहा है ना, दूसरे वाला आपका जो कंप्यूटर है, कंप्यूटर वाले को ऑफ वो कर दीजिए. म्यूट कर लीजिए. ये बंद कर दीजिए.
It's okay now.
सर उसको, सर कंप्यूटर वाला जो है ना, लैपटॉप वाला जो है, लैपटॉप की ऑडियो को 0 कर दीजिए सर. उसका स्पीकर को 0 कर दीजिए सर. हाँ, उसको 0 कर दीजिए. हाँ, म्यूट. बट फ्रॉम योर मोबाइल यू रन. मोबाइल को ऑन कर लीजिए. मोबाइल का ऑडियो को ऑन कर लीजिए. सर मोबाइल को ऑन कर लीजिए. हाँ ठीक है.
मोबाइल ऑन कर.
ठीक है. लैपटॉप ऑफ हो गया ना. ठीक है.
So slide is visible for you?
हाँ, लैपटॉप में दिखेगा सर उनको.
हाँ है.
ठीक है
Shall
सर.
we continue?
Yes sir.
Please, sir. Slide is visible, sir?
Yeah, it will be visible, Sanjeev sir. It will be visible. Chauhan sir, please continue.
Okay. हाँ. Sorry, friends. हम बीच में यहाँ पे टेक्निकल प्रॉब्लम्स आ गई थी. We are talking about communication strategies.
ब्रेकडाउन हो गया था.
हाँ, कम्युनिकेशन ब्रेकडाउन हो गया. देख लिए क्या प्रॉब्लम आ गई है हमारे को, बिकॉज ऑफ ये दिस डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजिकल जो हमारे हैंडीकैप्स हैं, ये हमारे पास जो फ्रस्ट्रेशन आ जाते हैं ना, अब ये फ्रस्ट्रेशन का ही आ रहा था हमारा. तो एनीवे, तो हमारे को क्या करना पड़ेगा यहाँ पे कि दैट कम्युनिकेशन स्ट्रेटजीज में व्हाट एंड हाउ टू से, इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. कल्चरल एंड जेंडर डिफरेंसेस, ये मैं कहा था कि कल्चरल एंड जेंडर डिफरेंसेस जो है, समटाइम्स वी एज टीचर्स, यू नो, वी हैव सम काइंड ऑफ अ choices also. कोई बच्चा बहुत अच्छा कर रहा है तो we have an inclination, या ये चीज जो हमारे को दिखाने का है, this should be avoided, because as a teacher, no matter from which culture your student is coming, no matter which gender he is belonging to, you should be absolutely impartial in your approach. When you are impartial, that gives a confidence to your students कि सर हमारे को सब एक दृश्य से देखते हैं, एक तरह से देखते हैं, और हमारे लिए गुरुजी जो है एक जैसे. थर्ड थिंग इज इंक्लूसिविटी. आजकल जो प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, जैसे मे बी दैट सम चिल्ड्रन हु आर नॉट यू नो फिजिकली एज स्ट्रॉन्ग, और दे आर से डिफरेंटली एबल्ड, then you have to have that approach that everybody is included in your way of dealing the things. So these strategies are very important. और उसमें आपको ये देखना पड़ेगा कि you have to, whenever you are communicating, you are absolutely clear and concise. Don't try to explain many things. You should be clear in your what you are saying, and you should be concise. Be honest. Honesty is the best policy. Sometimes it so happens कि that बच्चों का परफॉर्मेंस बहुत अच्छा होता है और आपको ये लगता है कि मेरा परफॉर्मेंस इतना अच्छा नहीं था. As a teacher, it is not always necessary that you have to, you know, be better than your students. Their performance at their level will certainly be much less than what you have already learned. But to make a comparison is not necessary. So be honest in your approach. Third thing is own your message. कभी कभी आप communicate कर जाते हैं और गलती से कुछ गलत communication भी हो गया. Own it. Yes, I have communicated this. I am sorry about it. This is not the way. This is how it has to be done, and I stand corrected on this. So this will exhibit honesty also, and this will be exhibiting this also, that even if you do something wrong, you own it. When you own it, it is quite natural that your students will also start owning their own mistakes. So own the message what you have sent, and then whatever you have given, reinforce with repetition. जो भी आप communicate करते हैं, उसको communicate करने का सिर्फ ये नहीं कि आपने एक बार बोल दिया तो हो गया. नहीं, उसको repeat करिए, उसको reinforce करिए, because जितनी बार आप उसको repeat करते हैं, जितने बार हम सुनते हैं, जितने बार हम देखते हैं, चीजें जो हैं आपको याद रहती हैं, and you intend to adopt those instructions properly. So this would be a communication strategy जिसमें कि आप इसके डिलीवरी कर सकते हैं. Next slide, please. Now, listening is a skill. Sometimes, you know, the greatest speakers are the ones who have been good listeners. अगर आपने अच्छा बोलना है, क्लियर बोलना है, क्लियर कम्युनिकेट करना है, तो आपको अच्छा सुनने वाला भी बनना चाहिए. क्योंकि जब तक आप अच्छी चीजें सुन नहीं लेंगे, जब तक आपको ये नहीं पता लगेगा कि हमने क्या सुना है, उसको समझ लिया है, और तभी हम उसको आगे कम्युनिकेट भी कर पाएंगे. तो लिसनिंग स्किल्स को डेवलप करने के लिए ये बहुत जरूरी है कि आप एक अच्छा क्रिएटिव पॉजिटिव एनवायरनमेंट अडॉप्ट करें. और उसके अगेन ये स्टेप्स है, विच इज अ साइकिल. अगेन रीइटरेट बैक जो आपने इंस्ट्रक्शंस दिए हैं, जो आपने कम्युनिकेट करा है, उसको आप रीइटरेट करें बैक कि बेटा ये इसको ऐसे करना है, दिस इज व्हाट यू हैव टू डू. देन कीप अकाउंटेबिलिटी. जो इंस्ट्रक्शन आपने दिए हैं उसका अकाउंट भी रखिए, उसमें आप हिसाब भी रखिए कि आपने जो कम्युनिकेट करा है उस चीज को फॉलो करा जा रहा है, नहीं करा जा रहा है, कहां गया है. So these are the things, and you specify even that what are the desired results, because basically हम ये भी चाहते हैं कि जो आप कम्युनिकेट करना चाहते हैं, आप किसी पर्पस के लिए कम्युनिकेट करना चाहते हैं कि आप क्या एक्शन उनसे एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं आफ्टर यू हैव डिलीवर्ड दोज इंस्ट्रक्शंस. एंड देन इफ दे हैव एनी क्वेरीज, क्योंकि जब कोई सुनेगा इंस्ट्रक्शन हो सकता है कि उनको क्लियर ना हो, या हो सकता है वो कहीं गलत ये ना समझें कि हमको ये करना है या ये करना है. तो encourage questions, ask them, do you have any doubts, are you clear whatever I am saying, are the instructions clear to you that what you are to do. So encourage them to ask questions. ये नहीं कि जो मैंने कह दिया वही चलेगा, तो ये डिक्टेटरशिप नहीं चलेगी इसमें. क्योंकि अगर कम्युनिकेशन करना है तो कम्युनिकेशन ब्रेकडाउन नहीं होना चाहिए. एंड देन अडेप्ट टू द प्लेयर्स. जब तक आप उनका अडेप्ट नहीं करते हैं तब तक आप उसका कम्युनिकेशन जो है पूरा नहीं हो पाता है. तो दिस साइकिल हैज टू बी क्लियर कि दैट लिसनिंग स्किल्स जो है बच्चों के उसमें जो है बोथ ऑन द पार्ट ऑफ द टीचर एंड एज वेल एज ऑन द पार्ट ऑफ द टॉट हैव टू बी वेरी क्लियर. इवन द टीचर हैज टू बी अ गुड लिसनर. Sometimes what the child wants to communicate to the coach or the teacher may not be there because of certain hurdles जो हम लोग पहले बताए थे, because of fear, because of other reasons. So that communication, listening skills should be there both on the part of the teacher as well as of the taught. Next. Now, when you are communicating to your students, to a group of students, please be conscious of certain external factors. क्योंकि communicate करना तो आसान होता है कि आपने बोल दिया कि हमने communicate करना था, I have given the instructions. But what is important is that what is the impact it is going to have on the mindset of the student. तो उसके लिए आपको ये देखना है कि जब आप कोई चीज communicate कर रहे हैं, वो क्या communicate कर रहे हैं और किस जगह पे communicate कर रहे हैं. तो importance of location. What is the importance of location? You should never reprimand a player in front of their teammates. कोई गलती करता है, गलती हर किसी से होगा, इंसान होगा तो गलती होगी, प्लेयर होगा, और मैं ये मान के चलता हूं कि अच्छा प्लेयर या अच्छा लर्नर वही हो सकता है जो मिस्टेक्स करे. बिना मिस्टेक्स करे हुए अगर आप कोई सीखते हैं, if you learn anything without committing mistakes, it will never be a perfect learning. So if you want to perfect anything, you are bound to make mistakes. In fact, I used to tell my students and my teachers also that making mistakes is mandatory. Whether you make mistakes while learning or you make mistakes while appearing in an examination or in your match, choice is yours. Mistakes तो आपको करना अनिवार्य है. तो आपको ये देखना है कि मिस्टेक्स तो सभी करेंगे, लेकिन अगर किसी मिस्टेक पे आप किसी प्लेयर को अगर रिप्रीमांड करते हैं, उसको कुछ बोलना चाहते हैं, प्लीज डोंट डू इट इन फ्रंट ऑफ अ ग्रुप. उससे उसका मोरल डाउन होगा. वहां पे उसको एक करेक्टिव मेजर से दीजिए, लेकिन कम्युनिकेट इन पर्सन, फेस टू फेस उसके बात करिए. इंपॉर्टेंस ऑफ टाइमिंग, किस समय पे बात करनी है. इट शुड नॉट बी एट अ टाइम जिससे कि बच्चे के ऊपर एक नेगेटिव इंपैक्ट पड़ जाए. इट शुड नॉट गिव हिम अ प्रॉब्लम. Send your message in the moment instead of putting it off. जिस टाइम पे है उस टाइम पे दीजिए मैसेज, so that it is not even out of place. गलती करा है उस टाइम पे मैसेज पहुंचा दीजिए और उसको पता लग गया कि हाँ इस टाइम पे मेरे को ये गलती मेरी एहसास हो गया उसको. If a message is sent during the situation, they are more likely to remember and associate the message with the situation next time. So apprise him that ये mistake तुम्हारा हुआ है, he can connect it, but don't reprimand him in front of others. Next, free expression is always equal to a better performance. If one is able to give a free expression, now free expression doesn't mean that you have to be indisciplined feeling, but saying it, allowing the children or the players to be able to express themselves, give them that freedom. So allow players to freely express how they feel about it, because until and you may not be able to give any correct trust and confidence, because जब तक ये नहीं आएगा उनके अंदर कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ में और encouragement को नहीं मिलेगा, probably they will not be able to come out openly with what they feel. Creating an open door policy. कभी-कभी हम लोग ये भी कहते हैं, चलो okay, we have had a match, now let us sit and let us express ourselves. What do you feel about that? हम लोग को कैसे खेलना चाहिए था, हमने क्या मिस्टेक्स करी, आपकी तरफ से क्या गलती हुई है, फ्रीली उनको एक्सप्रेस करने की बात कहेंगे तो हमने क्या गलती है. So promote this demo, understand to what they feel about it, what is their plan of action, what they feel.
Hello.
We'll come to the next slide. Hello. Happiness and positivity. ये दो फैक्टर्स ऐसे हैं जो अगर कहीं पर भी होंगे तो एक हारा हुआ मैच भी जिता सकते हैं. Because basically हम कोई भी कार्य करें, if there is happiness in that and we do it with a positive intention, then definitely we will be better human beings and better people. So whenever the coaches use a negative approach, the player may listen to the tone of the message rather than message itself. Sometimes हमारा गुस्सा, हमारा फेस एक्सप्रेशन बता देता है कि आज सर गुस्से में हैं, आज तो भाई कुछ बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है, उनने तो आज अपना बोलना है. तो that should not be the thing. In fact, अगर कम्युनिकेट हम पॉजिटिव अप्रोच से एंड पॉजिटिव टोन से करते हैं, they feel कि ओके यार हम बुरा तो कर रहे हैं लेकिन सर जो है he always takes it positively and he is going to motivate us. So you are able to motivate the team, the person, or you are going to demotivate them. That is very important. And this is, I think, what is required. Avoid negativity by using sandwich approach to constructive criticism, a positive statement, the future-oriented instructions, and a compliment. ये हमेशा काम आता है. Your effort level is great. ये हम उनको कह सकते हैं. Next time, try to get lower when you are shooting the ball. कोई इंसिडेंट है, आपने शूट कर रहा है, गोल नहीं हो पाया, कोई बात नहीं, थोड़ा नीचे कर लेना था, अच्छा हो जाता. Now keep the good work done. Now this is a positive approach of telling your team that you did a mistake, no problem, but next time if you do this way, you'll be able to do it better. So they will have a feeling that yes, our coach, our teacher understands that we have tried our level best, but in order to perfect ourselves so that we are able to score the things, we need to do some corrective measures, and the players will definitely adopt and accept your suggestion. Now, why is communication basically required? Sometimes communication is also required for handling certain situations. There may be team or individual wins, and because of that, there could be some situation. So there is a need to communicate. That even every time winning does not mean that you have to exhibit in a manner which doesn't show, a good spirit of the team. There may be queries about decisions. There may be in the games, there are so many decisions, sometimes we are all human beings. The referee can make a mistake. There can be a mistake from any quarter. So there could be queries about the decisions. So you have to communicate, appeal against decisions. The players have played well and they feel that the ball had fallen outside the line, but the score was given against them. So there could be appeal against decisions. So how to communicate that? How can you be positive in your approach so that it is not violating the rules and it is not, abusive to the officials also. Abuse towards officials or opponents, abuse of equipment. You have played, you have lost, and then you break the equipment. That should not be the spirit. You should respect anything which is a part of the game. Not happy with the selection decisions. Any misconceptions can be there. There can be agreement with the questioning of decision and results, and there could be official protests also. So how to handle these situations again requires communication, and it's always a better communicator, the coach, if he knows how to handle these situations, how to communicate things to his players, to his students, then the situations can be handled in a much better way. Next. Sport coach communication for good plays. Sometimes you play well, you accomplish something, and then you have to communicate. Now see the difference between positive communication and the negative communication. The positive communication, if you go through, it will reward through immediate encouragement, appreciate their concentration, effort, and execution, notice what they did well and showcase that, link it to why it worked and how this helps them on game day. Positive things sticks in athletics memory and athletes memory and builds their self-esteem. This is how a positive communication can be done by the coach to the players in the event of the team or the athlete accomplishing his anything in a game. But a negative approach could be, don't expect excellence and therefore do not notice your winning and reward as it happens. Never take their skills or ability for granted. So these are the things, which could have a positive or negative impact. Next. Now, communication when mistakes occur, situation when they have done well, they have accomplished, and there could be communications when their mistakes can occur. It's not that every day you win, sometimes you lose also. So when something unwanted occurs on the field, then how do you communicate in a positive way and how do you communicate in a negative way? So in a positive way, it could be encourage immediately their effort and suggest what to do right next time. Give them a process for improving their performance rather than the process of how to get it wrong again. Positively motivated player to perform the correct technique. Negatively, if you put it, it could be do not punish them for any mistake. Do not communicate in a way as to damage the athlete's self-esteem. Lack of confidence will lead to developing a fear of failure mindset. So these are the ways, in which the different situations can be dealt with through proper communication skills. Next, sport coach communication for misbehavior or lack of focus. Now see, we are dealing with different situations over here where communication taken positively and done negatively can have a positive impact or a negative impact on the behavioral and performance of the players. So here is where there is another situation like where there is a misbehavior or lack of focus. when the players are not focused on the right things to perform at a high level. So they will quite natural, their performance is not going to be good. So here, how to communicate, what is to be communicated? So you have to set clear expectations for the team and how to behave at practice. Outline the positive benefits when they do not focus their attention. Encourage them to try again and again without fear of failure and punishment. ये एक positive communication से हो सकता है. So a positive thinker will always take up these steps. Whereas if you take it the other way around, so it will be never nag or threaten athletes, because you have misbehaved, so start threatening them, you start pulling them up that way. So threatening that तुम्हारे को टीम से बाहर निकाल दिया जाएगा, ये कर दिया. This is not this to be done. They have to be made to understand that how they have altered, what mistakes they have done, and how they could correct themselves. If there is still a lack of appropriate behavior, remove the offending athlete from the team for a period of time. This is again a negative approach. Have them identify what they need to do differently in order to respect the game of the team. So this should be not a thing, which is to be able to communicate to the team or the players. Now, another situation is to create a very positive culture. Now, the positive culture is
सर आपका ऑडियो फिर से प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है.
हेलो
चौहान सर.
हेलो
चौहान सर आपका ऑडियो में फिर से प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है.
सर not
is developed by maintaining high standards during. You find that there are certain organizations or culture, like we can give them.
चौहान सर.
hello sir, still it is not audible.
Hello.
सर एक्चुअली आपका ऑडियो अभी ठीक है, लेकिन पता नहीं क्यों गायब हो गया, वो समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. Is the computer also using your?
It is audible. There was some connection problem actually.
अभी ठीक है सर.
Continue sir if it is okay.
आपका
अभी ठीक है?
मोबाइल सर, मोबाइल
audible now?
हाँ सर, मोबाइल चार्ज देना आपका.
हाँ है.
अच्छा ठीक है,
अभी
अभी
है.
ठीक है सर, अभी ठीक है सर.
Continue.
Okay. So positive culture, I was talking about that work developed. The work culture is developed by the dedication of the employees of the organization. So here also, if you want to have a positive culture, you have to maintain very high standards during the training programs or the classes. You have to create an environment of learning and developing skills and abilities. There should be a degree of a sense of seriousness in that. You should be able to help the players to understand all aspects of the game, because if they understand all the aspects, only then will they be able to contribute. Ask them questions to enable them to understand the key principles of successful play in different situations. So these are the positive aspects, positive things to build a positive culture in the training programs. You treat the negative aspects. One can say, don't give instructions or any communications in a sarcastic way. You are giving instructions because you are the trainer, so you can give them, "Arey, aise nahi khelna hai, tumhare ko to aata hi nahi khelna." Don't pass any sarcastic remarks. Don't yell or threaten anybody in that. चिल्लाने की जरूरत नहीं है. Positive रखिए, अपने tone को ठीक रखिए, and I think you will get the results. Don't give them all the answers. Allow them time to work it out themselves. ऐसा भी नहीं होना चाहिए कि वो करें ऐसे. So I think this is how, you know, a positive culture के लिए हम लोग training कर सकते हैं.
Positive coaching. Positive coaching is about focusing on, you guessed it, the positives. It's proven to be a very productive way to coach children. Not only does positive coaching help kids to improve, but most importantly, helps them to enjoy the sport because we concentrate on what they do well. In addition, if the child or student has to practice the same technique over and over again, they are soon going to get bored. The chances of getting better are less likely, and they will not enjoy the session. Remember that the child is the most important person when teaching. If half a session is spent working on getting the ball over the net, you will see very little improvement, so vary the activities. Being positive also means giving praise for effort and not just for ability. Good teachers concentrate on praising effort, how hard the player tries, because they know that the players will try harder and will make greater improvements. It is important to show encouragement, not just through the words you use, but also through your body language and facial expressions. Little tips such as crouching down to their level, smiling, clapping, or giving a thumbs up when they achieve something is important to young players. Make sure you work on the things they can do and don't worry about what they can't do. If a child can see their own improvement, they will stay interested in the game and will be happy to work on the areas they find more difficult. Finally, remember to ask children questions and listen to their answers. Communication is very important for improvement. So now that we've explained the principles of being a positive coach, why not?
So I think this is a very interesting clip which was shown over here. Communication is basically positive engagement. अगर हम बच्चों को encourage करते हैं for any little effort, a good effort they are making and a little improvement they are showing in their game or in their deed, I think the communication should be there that you're doing well, you can do well, and it always gives a positive, you know, motivation to the child that he'll always improve upon the whatever he is doing. We have certain examples, and can we come to the next slide? Describe what you observed. You should avoid generalization like always and never. There could be specific things. Anita, during practice today, I noticed that you weren't taking care of the ball. It's better than you always turn the ball over and get it together. So these communications, some of these examples are given you in the slides thereafter also. You should, next slide. Simply describe exactly what you saw. Steer clear of words that imply motive or attitude, such as uncooperative and not a team player. Example is given to you. Today in practice, you cursed out a teammate twice. We can't have that type of a behavior on the team and expect to have any success. So whatever has happened on the field should be described in clear terms. Not in a general way that this is uncooperative, not a team player or something like that. Specify that what was done by him. So if he has cursed out a teammate twice, specify that. Next, you can even talk about the behavior and not the person concerned. Sometimes the behavior of a player in a team performance or during the training may attract attention. So it's not the person, you know, who has to be rebuked. It is the behavior. It is the conduct which is to be discarded, which has to be improved. It is not the person who has to be discarded. So use the neutral, pronoun, something like it. So you don't make the team member feel defensive. It makes me feel, instead of you, make me feel. So you make me feel or it makes me feel. So there is a difference between the two. You make me feel will be personal, that you as a person are being reviewed. But it makes me feel that such a behavior on part of any player is not good, is a better statement from the coach. So you don't have to specify a particular person that you have misbehaved that way. So I think this would be a better way of communicating, because our main motive is to communicate the behavior part of it, not the person's. The individual doesn't have to be identified. Make specific recommendations for improvement in case of mistakes. You may have to yell out, stop, when an athlete is making the same mistake over and over again. Because basically the performance of an athlete or a player is based on his correct, way of doing the things. The skills have to be absolutely correct. Only then he will be able to make an improvement. So if you find that a particular player is making mistakes every now and then, he is repeating that. So it is better coach, to ask him to making a mistake. So because when you execute the blocking drill, quickly move your feet to the right, and you'll be able to protect some kind of guidance. Which this is what that when you are communicating for improvement of mistakes which is being repeatedly being done, it is better to stop the person doing while doing the performance, that here is where you are making mistake and this is how you. So that would be a better way, mistake of the child or the
Chauhan sir? Chauhan sir?
Yes sir, am I audible?
सर वो ब्रेक हो जाता है बीच में। आप ये मुझे लगता है कि आपको पीसी शायद आपका मोबाइल का बैंडविड्थ यूज कर रहा होगा। लैपटॉप जो है you may want to exit from that laptop this thing to
अच्छा ओके
लैपटॉप का जो है ना उसमें से लीव मीटिंग कर लीजिए so that
ओके
और लैपटॉप में जाइए।
या is that ठीक है, I have left that.
Yes, voice is clear. Please continue it, sir.
Okay.
Okay. Do I need to repeat somewhere?
नहीं सर ठीक है, it's okay.
From somewhere?
Hello.
We have this example now. Am I to repeat from some particular place?
No sir, ठीक है.
No.
अच्छा, okay. So this is the last slide where we make specific. The next slide is, a coach is someone who can give corrections without resentment. So if you can tell somebody, you can correct somebody without any resentment, and that is basically the role of. Hello.
Yeah, please, sir.
So we are talking about how the coach has to be. That the coach, he should be able to. For him, his student should be like his own child. How do you treat a child, your own child, when even if he is mistaken, you still hug him? So here also, if you can, correct a child, correct your student and still hug him, I think that is the best part of it, that without showing any kind of resentment that how he had behaved or how, what were the mistakes he had made, despite all that, if you can still correct him, I think that would be a wonderful thing for a coach, and he will be held in very high esteem as far as the students would be concerned. So this is the end of this thing. And if we would like to summarize, this is what we have now. To work with a PET teacher, community coach must do the following: set real expectations so that there is a reduced stress. The stress is less because once you have defined that this is what your expectation is, the stress will be less. You know your goal. Work on good communication. That is, I think, the lifeline of teaching also. If you are able to communicate properly, then only the things would matter, because then the things would go to the student and he would be able to comprehend and understand the things better. Have good listening skills. Even as a coach, you should be a good listener. And not only listening, only when one talks, it's not that only when one talks then you listen. Sometimes you even know through expressions, through behavior, through body language, that how a child is feeling, whether he is depressed, whether he is feeling odd, whether he is not comfortable. So even if the teacher can even listen to his expressions, then it could be a really wonderful thing on the part of the teacher. Free expressions leads to better performance. Never discourage your student to express himself. Sometimes his expression may not be acceptable to him, but still, if he can tolerate to a certain extent, that if he understands that yes, he is feeling something and he is not able to come out with it, let him express himself. Maybe that after he has expressed himself, the student may feel better, and the coach may also be able to understand why he has not been able to perform better and be able to guide the student in a better way. Have happiness and positivity. I think that is anything for any profession, for any work. I think these are the two testing stones: happiness and positivity. You do anything, you should feel happy about it. If there is happiness in what you're doing, you win half the battle. And if you are positive in your thinking, you have won the total battle. And have a pragmatic engagement with athletes. So with athletes, you should always be having an engagement which should be progressive in your way of thinking, corrective in your way of thinking, always helping them, always motivating them, and asking them for achieving higher and higher goals. I think that would be the summary of all the things which we have come across. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm over with my lecture.
Thank you, sir. Sir, few questions are there. The question says, can you please answer this? Yeah. Shruti, Sandeep, and Vinod ML, sir, three of them are asking the same sort of questions. During the play, how to communicate or interact with the students? That was the question. How to interact with the students during the competition or a play?
See, I think if it is a team game, when you are playing, the coach can only will be able to make certain signals, provided there is a timeout or there is a interval in between. Then of course that guidance can be given. But in between, while the players are playing their game, there has to be a positive message only from this thing, that you are doing well, you can come up, you can do this, you can do that. Only the signals, I think that would be the thing, because communication otherwise, one thing which can be there is that while you are coaching your team, you should be able to give them, because as we were saying earlier also, there is always a huddle before the match starts. The players they are in a huddle, they have a war cry sort of a thing. They decide about the things, that how they have to go according to a plan. The coach has a very important role to play there, and there he should be very specific that if anything goes wrong, I'll be here and making this signal, so you have to adopt this. So these communications can be decided before the game starts, And when there is a change, there is a situation when you feel that there is a change of strategy, the signals from the coach can always give a direction to the players that how they have to lead the play from a particular instant of time.
Thank you, sir. I will take one more question from Shruti. She asked how to enrich students' learning experience in physical education. Shall I repeat, sir?
Well, yeah.
Now, how to enrich students' learning experience in physical education?
Well, enriching, learning in any, not only in physical education, in any subject, I think it is learning by doing is the best way of, giving the child a first-hand experience of the content. Even in physical education, if you want to enrich the learning mainly would be practical in its approach, and there will be a theoretical approach. Physical education, if you are talking about the practical part, of course, it has to be on the ground and giving them proper skills and proper practice will be enriching their performance of players who have given them the path that this is how they can move. As far as the theoretical aspect is concerned, there are ways and means. If the comprehension of the subject content is not there, then of course there can always be flow charts which can be made to make the child understand that what is the procedure, what is the concept, how it has been built up, and then how the conclusions and the content part can be developed.
Thank you, sir. One more question is from Manmohan. He asked, why does making a mistake is a mandatory?
Yes. I think this is a very, I have been observing. Normally when we give homework to the child goes home, he does his work, and when he comes back, the teacher is normally happy if there is no mistake in the homework. Why it is not there? Because it's easy for him to correct the copies. So there are 50 children, he cannot correct all the copies if there are so many mistakes. But what I feel is, you realize yourself also, if you are doing anything for the first time, say for example, you have to learn how to ride a bicycle. Now, can you ride a bicycle without falling? It's not possible.
Not possible.
So it's not possible because you have to fall down, and the more you fall down, the more perfect a cyclist you become. Same is the case with mathematics. You learn a new principle, you learn a new formula or a new theory, and you feel that you will be able to do all the sums without making mistakes. Just not possible. See, while doing inspection in a school, or in many schools which I had gone, normally the copies are left at the back seat. They are piled up for the inspector to inspect that the copies have been checked. And to my surprise, when I saw the copies, there was no mistake whatsoever. So I gave the copies back to the students and asked them, okay, your copies are checked. Now I would like to know how many mistakes have you made in your entire copy where you have done 400 sums or 500 sums throughout the session. You will be surprised, the children said that they have not made even 5 mistakes or 10 mistakes in the entire copy. But if you talk about their performance in the examination, the mistakes are plenty in number. So if in 400 questions, if they have not made any mistakes, how is it possible that during the examination, they are making so many mistakes in just 30 questions? So making mistakes is a mandatory thing. You have to make mistakes if you want to learn. And sometimes it so happens that after you have appeared in the examination, you realize that, yes, I knew this, but I did make a mistake over here. So we should not, discourage children from making mistakes. They should be encouraged. Okay, you have made a mistake. Correct it now. Practice to correct it. So by practicing, they can improve upon that and they can always learn.
तो किसी ने अच्छा एग्जांपल दिया कि बच्चे जब चलना स्टार्ट होता है, विनोद करके किसी ने दिया कि बच्चे चलता है तो गिर गिर के फिर फाइनली वो चलना सीखता है। तो तभी भी तो एट द वेरी यंग एज ऑफ 1 year when the child is wanting to crawl, wanting to walk, तो वो तभी गिरता रहता है वो। so mistakes तो तभी भी होते हैं। So I think that's fundamental to।
सुजीत, मैं एक बात बताऊं, जो हम लोग सब साइकिल चलाना हम लोग ने सबने सीखा है। हम अपने फ्रेंड्स में अगर पूछें कि साइकिल चलाने में सबसे ज्यादा डर किसको लगता है, तो डर उसी को ज्यादा लगता होगा जो गिरा कम होगा,
जिसने चलाया नहीं सर, बहुत सारे लोग हैं अभी तो साइकिल नहीं चलाए,
इसलिए नहीं चलाए, डर की
वजह से नहीं चलाए। एब्सोल्युटली
वही मैं कह रहा हूं, डर के मारे, तो क्योंकि मिस्टेक्स ना हो जाए, गिर ना जाएंगे, तो जिसके घुटने छिले होंगे वो साइकिल से बिल्कुल नहीं डरेगा, वो बोलेगा चलो और चला लेते हैं। हेलो।
हाँ सर।
Sir, one more question is that
please.
Milind Thakur, probably I hope he is a very strict coach. I think he said that if coach was very strict and after this session, if he has changed, so what he should do and how he can make that he has changed in front of a student.
No, it is not that you have to show yourself that you have changed. Your dealing with the students will itself show that how you have changed. आपको बताने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी इसमें, लेकिन स्ट्रिक्ट कोच और उसमें मेरे को थोड़ा सा ये बताना होगा। स्ट्रिक्ट कोच का मतलब ये नहीं है कि that you don't allow your students to speak or you don't allow your students, you know, to do move here and there and that way. Strictness should not be, you know, put it this way that you are something like, you know, a person, you know, who will not allow anything to be done without his permission. You should allow things, you know, which are correct, which are expected, which you expect the children to follow. They have to do some practice, they have to do some routine work, they have to practice or do any positive act. That should be allowed. But yes, strictness and discipline, these are two different things. You can be within discipline even without being, you know, very harsh. So strictness should not be compared with harshness. You can be soft, but you can still be determined. You can be absolutely resolute in your approach. No, I will not allow this. You can be soft, but you may not allow. You don't need to be very strict about it. So yes, bringing about self-discipline, I think, is more important rather than showing your strictness about things.
And, so one more question is from Deepa Joshi. She asked that for small children, those who are around 5 years old, how to communicate and convince them in physical education classes.
तो बेसिकली वो कह रही कि मेरे एक बच्चा है जो पी क्लास पे नहीं आ रही है, तो मैं उस बच्ची को कैसे कन्विंस करूं कि पी क्लास में आने के लिए कम्युनिकेट।
वो किस क्लास में आती है?
5 साल की बच्ची है।
5 years old सर।
वो क्लास 1 की होगी सर।
मैं वही तो कह रहा हूँ, क्लास 1 की बच्ची को आप इंग्लिश के पीरियड में भी आप गेम्स खिला सकते हो। ये तो इंटीग्रेटेड अप्रोच है। अभी मैथमेटिक्स में आप जो है पी के आराम से गेम खिलाइए, कितने बॉल्स हैं, चलो बॉल पे किक मारो, यहाँ से वहां तक रन करने में कितने स्टेप्स लगते हैं। मतलब यू कैन मेक पी एज एन इंटीग्रल पार्ट ऑफ इवन द अदर एक्टिविटीज। उसको अगर जो इंग्लिश अच्छा लगता है तो राइम के थ्रू उसको गेम खिला दो। So basically अब पी में ये थोड़ी करना है कि उसके फिजिकल एजुकेशन का जो है उसको सिर्फ फिजिकल एजुकेशन के नाम पे ही उसको फिजिकल एजुकेशन कराना है। अगर उसको इंग्लिश की क्लास अच्छी लगती है, म्यूजिक की क्लास अच्छी लगती है, डांस की क्लास अच्छी लगती है, तो फिजिकल एजुकेशन को वहां पे भी तो आप ला सकते हैं। बल्कि इनफैक्ट हम लोग तो ये कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि हाउ टू यू नो टीच मैथमेटिक्स थ्रू स्पोर्ट्स और हाउ टू टीच साइंसेस थ्रू स्पोर्ट्स। वी वर इवन थिंकिंग इन टर्म्स ऑफ डिजाइनिंग करिकुलम of sciences with sports orientation or teaching of language with sports orientation. So if the teacher really feels that the child should be motivated in physical education, why do you want to name it as a physical education class only? Why can't it be named as some other class, music class or a dance class?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. One more question is that.
Yeah, please.
Agnel Das asks like बहुत सारे बच्चे डिस्टर्ब भी रहते हैं, डीमोटिवेटेड भी रहते हैं, उनको कैसा डील करना है?
देखिए ऐसा है, मैंने तो कई टीचर्स के ग्रुप को भी देखा है जो कि डीमोटिवेटेड रहते थे। तो हम लोग यहाँ पे ट्रेनिंग करा रहे थे तो वहां पे टीचर्स बड़े उससे चल रहे थे कि स्वस्थ बच्चे स्वस्थ भारत में, साहब ये एक बर्डन और आ गया हमारे सिर पे। लेकिन जब हमने उनसे कहा कि ये आपके प्रतिष्ठा की सवाल है, पहली बार जो है फिजिकल एजुकेशन टीचर्स को एक ऐसा काम मिला है जिसमें कि आप फिजिकल एजुकेशन को सबसे ऊंचे ओहदे पर ले जा सकते हैं। So they all became motivated. इनफैक्ट अब तो हमारे फिजिकल एजुकेशन टीचर्स जो है मैथमेटिक्स और साइंस को स्पोर्ट्स के माध्यम से कैसे पढ़ा सकते हैं उसके पर काम कर रहे हैं। तो इट इज नॉट ऑलवेज कि हम जो है बच्चों को मोटिवेट नहीं कर सकते हैं। यू कैन ऑलवेज मोटिवेट देम बाय योर ओन एग्जाम्पल। अगर मैं आपको बहुत एक छोटी सी बात बताता हूं। मैं पटना में था, केंद्रीय विद्यालय कंकड़ बाग में हमारा रीजनल ऑफिस भी था और वहां पे केंद्रीय विद्यालय भी था। मॉर्निंग में मेरी आदत थी कि मैं जाकर के सुबह पहले पूरे फील्ड के चक्कर लगाता था, डू सम एक्सरसाइज एंड ऑल। तो वहां पे सुबह सुबह बच्चे जो है आ जाते थे, दूर से आते थे ट्रेन वगैरह से, तो दे यूज्ड टू कम अर्ली। तो वो आकर के बेचारे वहीं पे खड़े रहते थे। तो मैंने उनको एक दिन पूछा, मैंने तुम लोग इतनी जल्दी कैसे आते हो? बोला सर वो ट्रेन जल्दी आ जाती है इसलिए हम लोग जल्दी आ जाते हैं। तो मैंने उनके फिजिकल एजुकेशन टीचर को कहा कि यार ये बच्चे जल्दी आ जाते हैं, यहाँ पे फील्ड में पड़े रहते हैं, इनको कुछ खेलने के लिए रख दिया करो। बोला सर 1-2 बॉल रख देंगे। बोला नहीं। सो आई मेड इट अ रूल। हमने एक केज बनाया, उसके अंदर सारे बॉल्स रख दिए, जितने भी बॉल स्टोर रूम में थे सारे बॉल्स उसके अंदर डाल दिए और वो केज जो है हमने बाहर निकाल के रख दिया। एंड द teachers were told that you will not object to the children taking balls from there and playing in the field. पहले फील्ड में 1 बॉल रहती थी, अब 10-10 बॉल फील्ड में रहती थी। जो बच्चे जहां से किक मारते थे बड़ा मजा उनको आता था। तो ये बच्चे जो सुबह आते थे वो केज तो वहां पे पड़ा था लेकिन वो केज में ताला लगा हुआ था। So they used to stand there, look at the balls and then move away. So I asked them, I said, come here, तुम लोग यहाँ पे क्यों खड़े थे? बोला सर कुछ नहीं। तो मैंने देखा वहाँ पे ताला लगा हुआ है। मैंने पीटी को बुलाया, मैं बोला भाई कल से इस पे ताला नहीं लगना चाहिए, क्योंकि ये बच्चे सुबह सुबह आते हैं, ये इस उम्मीद से आते हैं कि बॉल से खेलेंगे। अब बॉल केज के अंदर बंद है तो क्या फायदा हुआ जब उसके तो स्टोर में बंद रहे। सो द की वाज गिवन टू द गार्ड और उसको इंस्ट्रक्शन दे दिए गए थे कि जैसे ही बच्चे आएंगे उससे पहले ताला खोल देना है। सो नेक्स्ट डे व्हेन दे केम अगेन दे स्टूड देयर, देन आई टोल्ड देम, आई सेड क्या हुआ? बोला सर कुछ नहीं। ऐसे देख के तो आओ तुम्हारे पास ताला लगा है कि नहीं लगा है। सो दे वेंट एंड सॉ कि वहां पे ताला नहीं लगा हुआ है। And you know they screamed in their joy, अरे इसमें तो ताला ही नहीं लगा, हम लोग तो देखा ही नहीं है। And you know they took out the balls and उसमें बास्केटबॉल खेलने लगे, कोई फुटबॉल खेलने लगे, and they started enjoying. And you'll be surprised to know, you know, from the next day itself, जो बच्चे पहले लेट आते थे वो जल्दी आना शुरू करेंगे, सुबह सुबह बॉल मिल जाती है। तो ये एक पॉजिटिविटी जो है वो आपके ऊपर डिपेंड करता है कि आप एनवायरनमेंट कैसा बनाना चाहते हैं।
सुजीत सर,
Yeah.
From your side, any questions, please?
सर ये एक क्वेश्चन है मिलिंद, उनका ये था कि we have to force always students of class 11th and 12th. Why they don't take interest? ग्राउंड स्पोर्ट छोड़ के क्यों जा रहे हैं? कम्युनिकेशन का किस तरीके का रोल है उसमें?
हाँ देखिए, मेनली ये होता है कि 11th-12th के बच्चों को ये रहता है कि दे हैव टू अपीयर इन सम कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जामिनेशन आफ्टर देयर 12th एग्जामिनेशन, और उनके दिमाग में ये भर दिया जाता है कि 11th और 12th में आर द वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्लासेस टू मेक अ करियर। नाउ व्हाट हैपेंस इज कि जो बच्चे ये सोचते हैं कि हमने 11th में पढ़ाई करनी है, 10th क्लास के बाद हर बच्चे का ये रेजोल्यूशन रहता है कि मैंने 10th क्लास तक तो कर लिया लेकिन 11th क्लास में आकर के मैं पढ़ाई जो है बहुत सीरियसली करूंगा। And what happens is that when they come to 11th, again the history repeats itself. वो ढीले पड़ जाते हैं कि इस साल तो बोर्ड का एग्जामिनेशन नहीं है, तो 11th is taken lightly, and then they go to 12th class and then they start again preparing themselves. So it is only with the notion that they will be doing their academic studies very seriously in 11th and 12th, that is how they will be not playing in any games or not going for nationals or SGFI meet and other things. On the contrary, let me tell you the example of my own son. My younger son, he was a good player. And I also told him, I said, तुमको तैयारी करनी है अपने competitive examination की, तो इसलिए सोचना। बोला ठीक है पापा, मैं नहीं करता हूँ। 11th class में somehow, he restrained himself from going to SGFI and other nationals. But the moment he came in 12th, he said, पापा, आपने मेरा 1 साल बर्बाद कर दिया। मैंने क्या हो गया? बोला आपने मुझे खेलने नहीं जाने दिया। तो मैंने कैसे रोका तुम्हारे को? बोला नहीं, आपने बोला था पढ़ाई करनी है, इसलिए बोला मैं इसमें रहा, लेकिन बोला मेरी पढ़ाई ऐसे नहीं होती है, मेरे को तो खेलने के लिए जाना है। So he went, he said कि you tell me your requirement, क्या चाहिए, लेकिन मैं इस बार खेलने जरूर जाऊंगा in 12th class, not in 11th class. Remember this. So when he went in 12th, he played nationals, he played regional, he played nationals, he went to the SGFI also. In December when he came back, he says, Papa, इस साल drop कर दूं क्या? I said, क्यों? तो he says, Papa, इस बार थोड़ा पढ़ाई ठीक से नहीं हुई। मतलब ना, अब नहीं, अब तो तुमने खेल लिया पूरा दिसंबर तक ना, अब ये 2 महीने पढ़ने पे लग जाओ। See, what happened, Sujit, is the same child who was playing cricket up to SGFI, in his 12th class, in just 2 months of time after concentrating, because I know that because he had satisfied himself that I have played and I played thoroughly, he was able to focus and he was able to score more than 84% marks. Right? And he made it in army, you know it. What I am trying to say is that ये हमारा wrong notion है कहने का कि बच्चों का कि सिर्फ खेल खेलने से जो है पढ़ाई नहीं होती। आप खेल अगर पूरा खेलेंगे तो I can tell you that a good player is always a good student also, because he is disciplined, he knows how to achieve, he knows that if I fail I can still rise and I can still win. So playing a game
के लिए not excellence के लिए खेलने की जरूरत है, मतलब life lessons काफी है।
Yes, it is not necessary that you have to only excel. If you are a good player in the sense that you are a disciplined player, you are absolutely, maintaining a particular routine. So definitely that routine can easily be transformed into educational routine also.
Right, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Sandeep, sir, I think we are running a little bit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll wind up the session. Sir, this session was a valuable session for us, sir, and your presence is valuable and a privilege. We are privileged for this, sir. And whatever you have given information, all those things are very practical also. And I hope that all the participants will carry a dense knowledge with them. And you have brought a number of colors to this session also. And you added one more feather for this program also. So on behalf of Ministry Sports Office and Sports, on behalf of Khelo India and LNCP, on behalf of our respected Dr. G. Kishore sir, I thank you for your valuable opinions in this session, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sujit sir.
Yes, sir.
Sujit sir.
Yeah, yes, sir. Sanjeev sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. बताइए.
Hello, Sujit sir.
Yes, sir. Sanjeev sir, सुनाई दे रहा है मुझे.
Now, one more session is there now from 5 o'clock onwards. Please can you announce it? Yeah.
Yeah, I will do that. Yeah, thank you so much, Chauhan sir. One quality that you actually missed out is integrity that that is there on your wall also. That's also very important. I think this is a transferable thing to all the PE teachers. Have high level of integrity.
Very
Yeah. So thank you so much, sir. We have a session for all the participants. We have a session at 5 o'clock, and this is about Special Olympics. So Flona More. She's the director coaching at Special Olympic International. Scott Jerson from Global Youth Engagement Specialist at Special Olympics headquarters. Then we are also going to be joined by Tiffany Bragg and also Mr. Joby Matthew, our own proud from our fraternity. So this is going to start at 5. Please try and join at 4:30. We'll see you there that time. Thank you so much.
4:30, sir.
Okay.
4:30.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Sanjay.
join by 4:30.
Thank
The
you.
session is at 5 o'clock. Join by 4:30. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chauhan sir.
Thank you.
Namaste, Namaste sir.
Sir, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Sanjay.